Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we have a Black Library review for you, and today we're continuing on taking a look at the Dawnbringer short stories that are coming out this week from Games Workshop as part of Dawnbringer's Week 2023. Now, this is the second one we've reviewed. We've done the review already of the previous title, which is The Road to Hell's March. This one is called Past Returns. This one is written by Hal Wilson and is actually Hal Wilson's first ever piece for Black Library, which is awesome. Congrats to Hal for getting the first published piece by Black Library. Amazing. So many people wish they could get that spot, and you've done it, so well done to you. This is available in a bundle along with 4 other short stories, one which just has come out and another couple to be released still, along with obviously the previously mentioned Road to Hell's March. But let's get talking about the story itself. And so our story: Colonel Kai Valgor, a traumatized war veteran, seeks funds and a noble bull to help mount a brand new Dawnbringer crusade. However, the Colonel soon discovers a sinister cabal lurking amongst the guests, and this is where our story begins as he finds these traitors within the midst of this noble bull that he's trying to canvass effectively to get new backers, new people to sponsor his new Dawnbringer crusade. And so the story's purpose. This story, for me, shows something that is not often seen in Black Library or even Warhammer stories in general, and Warhammer at all as a whole. And that this thing is not shown is mainly due to the nature of the beings and the inhabitants of such realms that we are used to seeing and looking through the eyes of, that are, so much more than human, or so much more than human than we are in a current time. And this is post-traumatic stress, or PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, whatever you want to call it. It really does take a interesting look at it and showing it in quite a vivid and descriptive way, which I think is really, really interesting. I have friends that have served in the armed forces that have gone through post-traumatic stress along with family as well. It is a very, very serious thing, but I do appreciate it being done so nicely and so respectfully, while also, showing how this thing can affect someone is really quite interesting. The story also has another sort of context. The post-traumatic stress is very much around our colonel, who is, fated to have survived a rather ill adventured campaign on a previous Dawnbringer crusade. But the story also does show us a different sort of aspect of it, which is the fault in believing that the cities of Sigmar are in fact safe and free of danger. There are the enemy within, as the old Warhammer Fantasy roleplay storyline would say. The enemy within is just as dangerous as the enemy without. So our main character is Colonel Kai Valgor. He is a rather grizzled veteran of many a Dawnbringer crusade, and his last campaign did not go well at all. In fact, he led the last Dawnbringer crusade, funded it, had his backers and all of that, and it went quite truly terribly. And so he's now trying to canvass for new backers, which he's finding quite hard to do, because after such an ill happened campaign, it's really hard to find people who want to back it. And this is an interesting sort of look, I think, at Dawnbringer crusades in a whole, in that, well, not many of them succeed. So if someone's going to succeed in one after another, it's interesting going, well, actually, who's funding these now? Now, Colonel Kai Valgor as well, he is the character that is definitely struggling with this post-traumatic stress. And it does show itself quite vividly. He's seeing things from that last campaign that have really sort of tipped him over the edge. And so would I like to see Colonel Kai Valgor again in another story? I definitely think there is room for him to have more stories. And if you finish the story here, this particular short story, I'm pretty sure you are going to guess where I'm going to go with this. It's very evident by the end. I don't want to say anything more because this is a really fun little short story to read. So definitely go have a read of it. And if you have, let us know if you want to see him in the particular type of stories I'm thinking that he will sort of fit into if he can in more of them. There's also some other secondary characters. The captain that works alongside him in the story, I think, is definitely got some more story potentially in them, connecting maybe with Kai Valga again. I would like to see him. I think he's an interesting enough character that I'm quite intrigued by learning, and I think there could definitely be more to this character, just judging on what's happened to him. And so, what does this story do well? I've mentioned it already, and in a couple of slides, but I think the respect and the fullness that this story shows to post-traumatic stress is really powerful stuff, like just showing how in such a small space of a short story, you can really show something really well. You know, in short stories, you can't be quite so niche and sort of giving us bit by bit. You need to really throw us in the deep end and have us connect with those characters, and you really do with Colonel Kai Valga. I think the post-traumatic stress that he's suffering from is really quite evident, really quite sort of dark, and really quite sort of, you know, sad as well in a way. He's been through some quite horrible things. And so, who would like this story? I mean, I said this in the last review. This whole series, who would like this story? This is for people who are excited for the Cities of Sigmar release. This is for people who are interested in learning a little bit more about those Cities of Sigmar, the Dawnbringers, the people inside them, and the threats that they face in the mortal realms. And I think there's too much more to say on this, but, you know, if you are a Cities of Sigmar fan like myself, this has been a really enjoyable couple of stories so far, and I would heavily recommend going and grabbing it, even just for these two stories so far that are read. And so, in summary, strong themes, really well done. This is a very nice piece of work, a very nice short story for someone's first Black Library. Can't say I've done too much more research on how. I'm not sure if you're an author before this, but either way, for a first Black Library, this is awesome. If you've done other stuff, I'll be quite interested to go read some of Hal Wilson's other stuff if they've done more. If you do know about that, let us know down in the comments. But also, if you have read Past Returns, a Dawnbringer short story by Hal Wilson, let us know your thoughts about that particular story. Let us know what you're thinking of the Dawnbringer stories in general down in the comments below, please. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, drop us a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video as well. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description, and also linked in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. This can either be by grabbing some channel merch, by going to our Ko-fi store or our Teespring store, or by grabbing some dice from somewhere like the Baron of Dice, where we are sponsored by such a company, or you can go help directly support us by Patreon or YouTube members as well. All of those things are linked down in the video's description. As a special thank you to everyone who does support via Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Alderon Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Cure Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty Stabletop Terrain, Davis Weir, James Tillman, Gargamel196, Disco, and John Castle. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing channel artwork for us, and indeed to everyone who helps come on and do the battle reports, and indeed to everyone who helps keep our Discord server a fantastic place for hobbyists to come chat. With that all said, everyone, thank you all for watching. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe, drop a comment down below. Stay safe, everyone, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.